I think T1, just the stand-in factor, I guess. And that draw solid.
Yeah, I think T1 looks good.
Ember versus Quap, we've seen this many, many times. It's one of those things, right? Like, the Ember didn't used to mind this matchup too much, but with the Flame Guard changes and with the fact that you don't oh, never mind. We've got First Blood, top lane, Whitemon is able to kill off Jokam.
Lifestealer Copper lane just doesn't do much. You're having a pretty free lane for Cuckoo, number 2 in terms of CS. He is rushing the Ags on Avenge. That's going to be really quick timing. He can just stand forward, die, get stuns off, and have so much utility.
Uh-oh, they've gone too far this time, Carl. No, maybe never mind. What? Sonic Wave's out, Alacrity. Oh, he went back in. He thought he had it. Jokam now going to rush off as T1. They are looking to capitalize well and truly. Jokam should be another victim here of the Queen of Pain. And I thought that was going to be terrible for T1, but everyone survives.
There's nothing a Lifestealer can really build to help him catch up in that same farm and escalate the same way. So a slower start like this hurts NGX's pacing massively.
Here we go again. Rolling Thunder mid lane. They're going to fight over the power room, but it is towards the bot side again. And it looks like T1 have already secured it. Still Whitemon is going to drop. A nice pickup here for NGXC.
It's a kill to get, and it's really important for them to have, at the very least, Alacrity around for that, so you're starting to build up on that Ember. It does feel like a lot of that momentum is going onto the Ember. Nice Sonic Wave onto Jokam on high ground. There is a smoke out from NGX, though, grouped up as 2 down mid. They still haven't really used that role. We've got to see more kills come out of that.
Rolling Thunder mid lane with the chain set up. They've got Carl locked down, and this should be the one to get him. Carl is going to drop to 3-4-3. Whitemon, he's rotated over. With the borrowed time, he's going to try and make something happen, but here comes Kami-sama on that Lifestealer. They've got the Abaddon down. Onto Cuckoo they go, and it seems like NGX, they finally found their footing as they move in for more. There goes Zephyr on the tree. And Gabby, he's shown up, but it's way too late on the Tiny. In fact, Alacrity even finds a triple. Finding the last piece in the form of Cuckoo, but now Gabby's moved in. Alacrity, he's going to have no way out. He does drop, but that is well and truly worth it for NGXC.
With that very strong combination with the Chakra on the Ember, we are seeing the results of those chain stuns. They do spot out the stacks here as well. Lines being drawn out by Pithin as well, Rob's pointing that out. Mizu trying to clear, but
Sonic Wave, though, gonna farm up a bit of it as Carl is actually gonna let 3-4-3 die in the jungle. Mizu, he's gonna go down secondary. I'm not sure if Carl did that on purpose, John. It looked very purposeful that time around.
Well, did you get a smoke? I don't believe that was spotted out by any of the boards, so they might find a good angle here from T1's side.
Yeah. In the meantime, poor old Zephyr's just copying at top lane, but never mind that, because the smoke is going to lead right into Kami-sama in your dream. Going to get Avalanche tossed up, Perma stunned up, and he'll try to rage away, but it's way too late. So T1, they'll make a great smoke work for themselves. And I suppose maybe now you could try to get some damage off onto that mid-tier 1 tower. In fact, tossed it on Mizu. Cuckoo, he's there with the sun out into the Avalanche, and they've got another. Oh, poor old Mizu. He just can't catch a break this game 1. Hell, Gabby, he wants a bit more. He'll try to chase down Alacrity, waiting for the Avalanche to be off cooldown. He's just about got it. Oh no, he Remnant's just a centimeter away, and well, that was a panic Remnant, John. It's the classic panic Remnant, and it does cost him heavily.
It just feels like this is the Tiny's game now. You know, he's just going to be able to outfarm everyone at a really good pace. Maybe now you can shift towards Alacrity to pace me, but
yeah, 3-4-3. Welcome back, 3-4-3. Tough times here for NGXC as Gabby. Gabby just being uncontested the whole game so far. Well, what do you do once he's got the BKB up?
You can't do much. Like, you really don't have too much that can work against that, right?
Oh my goodness. That's just, it's just not fair. One hit, one hit and he's lost over half his HP. Mid lane, they've got Carl, but a nice swap out Cuckoo. Gonna tank the gank for the team as they will be able to take him out in the end. Can they keep going though? Carl, a quick maneuver with the Sonic Wave, but it's not enough. It is not quite enough as the Infest was there from In Your Dream. Still T1, chasing for more. Cuckoo still has that bench remnant available and does have another swap up. Zephyr gonna move in, does have the overgrowth there, so they do lock them down a little bit as now Alacrity. He's in big trouble, but Terrorize does come in. They've still lost the Ember though. They have still lost the Ember as they're trying to deal with the Tiny, but Cuckoo's there to save the day, and now Mizu. He'll drop to boot. In Your Dream. He's gonna try to run, but there's no running. not from this team. Or is there? Some armor toggles do work out. Yeah, that they do, John. First Roshan of the game, at least for now, is in control by T1. NGXC, they are around though, and the pings are coming out, so they've got to try and force the fight. Illuminate will be there, and that should slow them down. T1, they are still continuing.
Ooh.
Cuckoo is not backed off, and now Cuckoo, he's jumped in. He wants the keeper. A big sonic wave out, Carl. He's got 3 targets with it. Cuckoo, he might drop eventually, but no, the overgrowth is there on In Your Dream. He's going to try and back out of here with Mizu. He'll jump in the car, but Mizu's going to have his Rolling Thunder, and now In Your Dream's going to go. Everything just working perfectly for T1. Nothing goes wrong.
It's so tough for NGX to find that Admiral, and you can just see Cuckoo knows he can afford to just swamp in the middle of 4 heroes, not a care in the world, because, you know, get the momentum going from your Embers and stall out time for In Your Dream to at least have some form of item parity. As you mentioned, Scotty could be a really good one, but I don't see that opening anymore. T1's just very grouped up, they're playing as a team, the only one jumping around the lanes to fix it is Carl.
Radiant's top tower.
Rolling Thunder being forced out again by Mizu. Zephyr was being a real nuisance in that tree line. Nice swap out here from Cuckoo as Mizu is still going. Should be able to swash out. Just trying to chip away at them. And then GXC just doing their best to hold that high ground as the jump is back in with the shield crash. But the avalanche is out from Gabby. Mizu, he'll have to back off. But Cuckoo is on the chase now with the overgrowth. Zephyr, he'll eventually get it out. Still the roll-up is there from Mizu, but Carl's in now. He wants that Willow on Joe Cam. Cuckoo, he might drop, but no, he won't. He will survive another day. Now In Your Dream to move in, but everyone's falling around him. This is not the team fight. Sonic Wave is there. In Your Dream, he'll try to armor toggle. He'll try to infest. And Alacrity, he'll just have to try to run. But the magic missile there from Cuckoo into the avalanche toss. In Your Dream gonna go down. Do you just call it?
It just doesn't line up. There's not enough synergy outside of maybe the Coddle dropping cooldowns in the Pango and Ember to really get it, and they do call. NGX, game 1 doesn't quite go their way, but T1 might. I mean, look at this performance. 8-25, 20k lead. If we had doubts about T1 last week, I think a lot of those doubts disappear with this game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was clean, Jonathan. Very, very clean here from T1. It's how it is. Drow just doesn't win games. I don't believe in this draft whatsoever. I think T1 have got this.
They can't do much. They could try to be aggressive once Paul Sensei has level 3. So every single spell up, maybe build up some Jingu stacks, try to run down Cuckoo. There's always the threat of the Fire Spirits. Zephyr's done a great job of just timing that. Ooh.
Yeah, Alacrity's in big trouble. Carl going to be able to find a solo pickoff onto that DP. Alacrity getting close to be able to turn, but there's your tips out, Cuckoo. He's down right now, Mizu. Not going to be able to get the job done. Gabby now going to be harassed out a little bit, and it seems like they are slowly getting their footing here in this top lane as Gabby now does avoid the Illuminate. Whitemon, however, did not, and he cops so much damage from it. Very fire up. In the meantime, In Your Dream does go down bot lane, but never mind that because Whitemon is still going with the Tombstone.
Ooh.
He jukes out the Illuminate just barely. Oh, he would have felt that on the backside.
Yep, he's probably gonna need to reset or just walk all the way back. Looks like he might consider a neutral deny. We do get a lot of value there. A lot of the focus was on Whitemon. Gabby gets to sit back. He doesn't need any regen. He do manage to find a nice kill though onto Carl. So they do manage to help Alacrity go back, but he loses his mid.
Here we go, T1 smoked up as 2. We'll head down towards the bot lane through the river. In fact, speaking of that bot lane, In Your Dream is setting up for a defense, but this could be a very hard ask because they make the jump in immediately onto Cuckoo in that dragon form, but Zephyr, he'll be there with the Sun Ray. It will be cancelled though. Cuckoo gonna drop straight off the bat, and now they can chase for more. Zephyr trying to abuse those Fire Spirits. Eventually he should drop, however, and does. Alacrity able to clean up down to the bot side.
I think T1's just keeping them in the right spot. Like they're dragging all this attention away from that big win condition on the Dusa.
Bot lane, Whitemon, Zephyr, both going to be scattered out. There's the tree cut though from Whitemon, and he does get the Tombstone down though. He's dropping low, but never mind. Decay and Sunray is there, and he will survive as Collison now is the one in danger. He'll drop In Your Dream. He'll keep going after the Phoenix and Mizu. He's going to join in with the arena. Maybe they've got Carl down. Illuminate goes right through him. He's not down yet. The Spirit Siphon's going, but it's not enough. NGXC able to fight back. They prepare themselves for that defense. They make it happen. A 4-for-1 trade. And that's exactly what you wanted to see from this Radiant team.
NGX do have good vision. They could try to zip in. They've got to use that blink on Mizu well here. Roche does melt pretty fast on White.
They've smoked up. They're going to try. Roshan is still falling, however, and Cuckoo, he'll wait outside the pit as Illuminate. Going to give a bit of vision, but the jump in is there. Cuckoo right on the Mars. Put reaction so quick, but now Alacrity. He's made the jump in. He's got the Aegis. Oh, he's taken it away from T1. They'll lose the Mars. They'll get the Aegis up, and T1, they're just going to have to leave now. Great still from the Storm as the rest of T1, they focused on taking down Mizu, John. Out of range, Mizu still rushing for him. Does get the pings out with the vision, but realizes Gabby's a bit too far now. In fact, now with the rotation, Zephyr and Carl moving their way up. Arena, though, immediately dropped here from Mizu. That'll be a Phoenix to die. He does eventually surely go down, and he does. Zephyr, no egg to throw out, even if he wanted it. And it wouldn't have really helped his cause anyway. Bot lanes. Good. Good for a chase onto Polison, but more heroes are rotating. NGXC very quick with the reactions here as they do move in again with this Orchid onto Whitemon, and now Cuckoo. He'll be Vortexed up. Wukong's command being committed as well. They want the Dragon Knight, and they've probably got him. Polison with a double kill on the Monkey King. And NGX, I mean, after that game 1, John, they have come back with a vengeance. These aren't tacos, John.
They could be. If you try hard enough, Mike, anything can be a taco.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It's Gabby now going to get jumped. Alacrity, a great jump in. Arena down as well. They're going to get through that mana, though. They're going to try and help, but no, the Boundless strike out. Cuckoo, he cops it immediately, and they're gone. Oh, Whitemon, just run, sir. It's not a pretty sight whatsoever for T1. And that was really just a perfect setup there from Polison. And Gabby is working towards that silver edge right now. Problem is, in your dream and the rest of the team, they're more than happy to fight.
Radiant are
And they'll move in. Can they get into the triangle, though? Great scan out, but Whitemon, he's there to break the smoke. And will. Immediate Tombstone is there as well, but they are taking it down with the Arena onto Cuckoo. That'll be a Dragon Knight just being deleted as the egg. It does come out. Alacrity's trying to deal with it in time. They can't get it off, though. The egg will explode, and they'll keep the fight going. In the meantime, Carl dealing with the backside as Mizu, he is burning to a crisp. And does go down, but now it's onto Carl. The turnaround. They've got the Death Prophet. Gabby, he's going to back off ASAP, but Alacrity once again is all over it. Onto the Deucer. This will be a full team wipe against T1, and they've got it. NGXC are just uncontested in this game number 2, at least thus far. It's a hard fight, John. Everyone's still so healthy here on NGXC. See if T1 can manage it.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have the Tombstone in this area. They still have Egg, but that tower's just gone. Oh,
that's the main target. Egg is out. In your dream being targeted, but he does get the BKB off in time. Now Arena does go down, but Gabby, he'll keep fighting. The Mars in trouble. Mizu, he should drop soon. Jokam's already gone, but now the turnaround. Alacrity's there with the Vortex. They've got one down. He's gotten himself out of there. Cuckoo, he is still trying. Alacrity going to TP out right in front, but no, he's not going to make it. Which way did that go, John? It was a 3-for-3 with a buyback being committed there from Jokam. Gabby with the illusions, getting rid of that, so Mizu can't even think about it as the smoke is there. They've got to know that NGXC is in that triangle right now. Mizu, however, going for the mid-creep wave, may get jumped. They've got the stun out. They should have plenty of damage, and they've got him. Boundless Strike was there, but it's just a bit too late. And as T1, you've got to force Roshan right now. Get the buyback going from Mars. Counter smoke is there, however. NGXC, they're ready. They're prepping. Wukong's command is going to fly out immediately. They just want to wait out that exorcism timing. They don't want to fight into that as Whitemon is going to get completely demolished by In Your Dream. They'll go right after the Tombstone and grab that too. And now with the buyback, Mizu, he's onto Carl. They've got the Death Prophet. Alacrity doesn't juke out, or rather get the BKB force down as now the Arena is there. Mizu holding everyone else back. In Your Dream, though, he's been targeted. They've got the Sunray, they've got the stun. They might just have the damage. He's still trying. Manta's there. He has survived. In Your Dream, still running out, still sticking down, but it's not enough. They get him out of there. The pos one of NGXC has TP'd back towards the fountain. So they'll wait patiently, hoping NGXC goes for it instead. And Alacrity, he will get started. You can't let this go down if you're T1. Not the other way, but Alacrity, he might just pick it up, and he's got it again. The Aegis is there on the Storm, and now Cuckoo, he tried to steal, but he's going to drop, and Alacrity, he just zips right out. He has not lost the Aegis. He'll be able to use it another day, as now Carl's just copying way too much damage. Kami-sama's got him. In fact, let Mizu take it instead. With the shield crash, and now onto the Phoenix they go. Zephyr not safe either. In fact, make Whitemon a part of that list. Zephyr, he'll be chased down and he'll be taken out. NGXC once again coming out on top.
With that Aegis up, Black T's feeling confident to just go high ground. With Paulson sieging, they don't even have In Your Dream here, but they're doing decent work and just melting the objectives. T1 will have their teamfight spots for the defense, though.
Yeah, Cuckoo's in. Mizu, he'll be targeted first. Alacrity, though, right into the backside, trying to aim down Whitemon again on that Undying, and he's got him. A 1-for-1, but certainly in the favor of T1 this time. They've got that offlane Mars, and that was actually a dieback on Mizu. Of course, John, you would have heard earlier, but one of the talent of the SEA DPC doubted this, calling it a garbage tier drow. Very, very terrible analysis by whoever that was. I want that person held accountable after this, Jonathan. That was a terrible take. It's In Your Dream. Gonna move in. Gabby will be targeted. Carl will move in, but no, they've got the Monkey King this time. Problem is Alacrity is the real issue here. But he has already forced out the BKB onto In Your Dream. A massive gust out from the drow into the arena. They've trapped up two. But can they deal with Gabby? Perhaps after that BKB they can. Alacrity, he is still perfectly fine. Moving back in onto the Medusa. The Snake Lady surely doesn't survive through this, as Cuckoo's trying to help the best he can, but they've got him locked down, and there's nothing they can do to keep him alive. Is it a full team wipe? It might just be. Alacrity, a bit low on mana. Meanwhile, Alacrity just trying to die to get that Aegis respawn going for himself, but nobody around to kill him off, so instead NGXC, they'll rush for the tier 4 towers and force the buyback from Cuckoo, and that'll be enough. So never a better time for NGXC to just keep going. In the meantime, Alacrity immediately getting the BKB forced out from Carl.
Because again, your support duo just doesn't give you angles. They're there as really good follow-through, but they don't open up these fights for you. So it's just difficult. T1's in a very difficult position for the defense. They are going out now, but that's into vision of NGX.
Here we go again, Alacrity. He's got the Vortex and Aghanim Scepter up this time. Whitemon again getting deleted. Paulson, he'll get the Wukongs off in time. He's got a bit more time, as now the egg has been committed. Is it being dealt with, though? It doesn't seem like it, so maybe T1, they've got a chance to fight back here as the egg. It does explode, but buybacks are incoming as Alacrity into the backside has killed off Carl, and now he's got Cuckoo on the Dragon Knight. They've even got Gabby on the Dusa. Everyone melting, and they call the GG. NGXC come back with a vengeance in game number 2. And luckily for us, John, we're going to see a game number 3 between these two teams.
It's such a close fight between both sides. NGX looking as dominant as T1 did in that last game.
I think the Ricky and the Pango is very nice. Like, you've got double Diffusal Blade against Medusa, right? It's going to be a hell of a fun game for T1. They've got this in the bag, 100%. And he might move back in. He's salving up. Cuckoo does have Shield Crash and Swashbuckle, so if they can break the gap between themselves and In Your Dream with this creep wave, they'll be able to get it, and in they go. They do move in. In Your Dream naturally going to be the target, and he does not have a very high mana pool right now, though. Zephyr, he's dropping low as well. He might drop it. No, he's out of range in time, and Cuckoo is going to be able to secure first blood for T1 as he goes after Paulson. It's the mad fight of a century as Paulson does win that one out, but you're going to be very satisfied if you are T1.
No.
Yeah, you slow down the Medusa, you get the big kill you want, you kind of get the trade you expected as well. Zephyr does go for the deny there. Struggling a little bit more on In Your Dreams lane, whereas Cuckoo's also getting a lot more in that lane in comparison to the Mars. And you want this Mars to be able to get that build-up. Shippo pointed out again, you know, you want to be able to go into the blink. You tend to build a lot of small items onto that wave, phase boots, bracers up until that blink. So there's a bit of a stall out for that jump potential from the side of NGX. And that is time where T1 can just run in.
Bot lane, Cuckoo, he's still chasing for In Your Dream, while Zephyr has somehow made it out, and In Your Dream is still trying to fight with the Fire Blast there from Paulson, but it's not enough. Cuckoo, he'll even man up now. Onto the Ogre he goes, he wants a double, and he's not going to get it. But it won't matter, John. You got the Medusa, and on the other side of the map, Gabby even found Mizu.
Again, playing a slower draft here, your Mars isn't quite ready to get the jump in. They are securing their stacks quite nicely. Gabby is spotted though.
There is a sentry there, but with the Inkswell, he is not afraid. He does land that stun onto Paulson, but does blink out immediately. So So now Alacrity going to move in for the attempt onto Whitemon, but Gabby is back in, and they've got the Ember, perhaps, but the Fairy Fire is going to be eaten up. Alacrity's still going to run his way out. Gabby did not get the job done, so instead, no, never mind. Cuckoo found him on the backside. Now Arena, though, down onto Gabby, but he's happy. Tricks the trade away as they have found the Medusa in your dream. Still running, but can't. It's just so much damage out. Still, they did find Gabby in the end, but it really won't matter as the Medusa does eventually die in Cuckoo. He has become a real problem now on this Pango as he's going to find an ultra kill out. He might even be able to find a rampage, but he's by himself now. He'll have to let that one go. In fact, Alacrity does rejoin the team fight and might be able to get a bit of a trade here onto this Pango. No chains available though. No mana for the spear either. Swashbuckle away, Cuckoo. Gonna have the assistance of Carl to help him out, and well, they can't actually kill the Pango. So I have to leave Cuckoo be.
He doesn't have Stone Gaze up yet, so he does have the spell point, the skill point to get that up, but he's not farming, and I think that's the downside for dragging your +1 in. Deuce is just not a very active core early on.
Lock down Carl for a second, but with the Rolling Thunder, Collison has been called out, and Alacrity, he was silenced up, so he's going to cop the permastun, I think, and in fact, it doesn't even need it. Cuckoo setting up more as now the Arena is down onto Zephyr, but Cuckoo, he'll jump right into the Arena. I'm not sure if that's the game plan here from our Pango, as he will finally drop. And NGXC, they'll go for more now. Carl dropping low, but here comes Gabby with a big ink swell out on the Ricky. They're going to find one. They might find a second. So in your dream, still find a triple kill for himself on this Medusa. So really not the worst team fight for NGXC.
T1 knows they've got a really aggressive lineup. They don't need to sit back and farm. They just need to keep applying this pressure.
But they do. T1
Radiant
going to be finding undervision here from NGX, but they jumped in. Mizu being caught. Nice disruption from Joe Camp to buy a bit of time, but the Rolling Thunder is just going to lock him down. There is no running. In fact, they even found Joe Camp on the low ground. He got stunned up and ends up dropping to boot.
middle tower.
The aggression from T1, it's looking like it's lining up in this game. NGX needs so much more farm to get in your dream in a position where this core Deucive feels great. Number 4 network, not the worst. Carl?
They've gone too far. Inkswell will help out a little bit, and Cuckoo does jump in, but a nice spear from Mizu to set up onto the Dragon Knight. They'll get one. And Cuckoo, well, he'll be left behind. This is where T1, they need to be very careful. Going too far into that T2 mid tower, and
They're just going again. They know they've just got to stop in your dream from feeling comfy at all away from his team.
yeah, absolutely. Pings are out. In your dream's the much better target, but the TPs are coming, and it looks like NGXC may have read this movement. The Ogre, though, Collison, probably such a Diane does. In the backside, Whitemon, he does get caught by Mizu. A 1-for-1 so far, as NGXC, they'll keep rushing. With the Stone Gaze, they'll try to set up a fight, but it's not going to work out, and now the counter-initiate is here. Carl, he'll go right for the head of NGXC in that Medusa. Kami-sama himself, he's been diffused up, slowed down, and with the rocket barrage coming out from the homing missile. What do you do?
You can't do much. Your save wasn't quite there. Disruption was used earlier on. You can't do much. Your save wasn't quite there. Disruption was used earlier on. So you had no way of stopping that from the side of NGX, and T1 just, again, they're just constantly playing triangle and mid. These are the only two areas they've been at, but they've just been able to find all these kills, building up once more, killing off Mizu. I think at this point you just have to accept your team as 4 will have to play, and your dream will have to just farm on the exact opposite part and try to build up.
Carl's in now with a double damage rune. Collison having a very rough game. That'll be his 9th death on the Ogre. So T1 continuing to just be able to just rush around the map. And I suppose now with this double damage, Carl, he might be able to get some damage off into the mid-tier 2, but decides better of it. Instead, Joe Cam top lane's going to be targeted. There's no way out. Not with that smoke screen on ya. T1, they won't stop.
No, just run and gun, constantly force the pressure. Same spots for the last, almost feel like the last 10 minutes they've been in this exact area all the time. NGX are still holding out. They still drag in your dream in, although...
Yeah, Carl, another nice setup with the Dragon Tail, and now with the Rolling Thunder, they'll have a perma-stun onto In Your Dream, onto the Ogre. They found Paulson again. It's just so hard to survive the initial onslaught.
Again, stark contrast to game 2, Mike, where you had Undying Phoenix. You only had the stun on Dragon Knight. This time you have so many angles for the Pangolier. You've got the Inkswell, you've got the Silence up. Even the homing missile's been doing a lot of work. Alacrity?
He can't run, John. He's been inhibited. He can't run. He just decides to stand his ground because he knows he can't get out of it. They're still grouped up though. Mid lane. Carl trying to bait them in. You don't really want to force into the tier 2 if you can as T1. You'd rather that tier 2 go down first. So Carl, he might just keep poking and prodding at it until it does just fall over. But no, never mind. They saw in your dream. Disruption will buy a bit of time. In the meantime, Mizu has been ganked up, and they've got the control onto the Medusa. In your dream, he just can't survive the onslaught. Cuckoo's providing way too much stun. And Mizu does eventually just go down to Gabby. They can just hunt for more. Sleeping Dart is out. They're not risking anything. The surgical gameplay here from T1.
Radiant's middle tower is under
T2 mid
attack.
tower should finally fall. We'll try for the swell, but it doesn't really work out for them.
Mizu.
Oh, Mizu's in trouble now. He made the jump in, but it might just cost him as Cuckoo's there. They've got a bit of control, Gabby. He'll jump back in as well. Ogre's gone and Mizu's gone to boot. In fact, it might even be a third, as Alacrity never gets the remnant away. Oh, it gets worse and worse, John. It gets worse and worse.
And Mizu bought back, blinked in, immediate smoke screen out from Gabby. Great response from him to cut off that arena. We haven't seen that arena on his other 2 lives. And T1 just gets to go again. Like, they just keep running and running.
They've got the Medusa in your dream by the tier 4 towers. Disruption will help a little bit, but for how long? Because Cuckoo, he'll go right behind with the Rolling Thunder, with the roll up. He'll just chuck a U-turn. No problem. At least they found Whitemon. But they're going to lose Paulison. I mean, Paulison's had a rough time this game, John. He's going to do something. Whatever he can.
You can certainly just constantly keep that pressure. Maybe start thinking about the high ground here.
Drums popped immediately here from T1.
No, they are going for a smoke play though, so maybe looking to pop out a little bit here.
As I say it, but this is probably not going to work out for them. Zephyr does break the smoke and is already set up there with Gabby. They'll drop the sentry, but what does it matter? Rolling Thunder, it's right on the Medusa. She's already out of mana. The disruption is going to buy some time. Jocam trying to save the day. They'll lose Mizu in the process as Carl finishes him off himself. And they are just dropping like flies. And now you almost certainly think about high ground, even without that dragon form.
You know, just wait for that security onto the high ground. There's no real rush. I think the only way Dusa manages to build up is if it finds a direct kill on, say, the DK, and that's just pretty hard to see right now.
Bomb is... He's doing his job. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty, but he's doing his job right now. Just delaying the game by continuing to push out this top lane. It's just unfortunate. He probably will die every time, but they've got no choice. NGX, they have to do this.
It's always one that has to be sacrificed. Whoa.
Yeah, right in from Carl, who wants to force the buyback, and never mind, Jocam. He's already gone.
We're still going to lose a Rax anyway. Might as well wait this out, wait for the respawn on Mizu, and try to get something off of that.
And instead again, they'll reposition, they'll push out the bot lane, but immediate TPs now. T1, they are not going to allow this to happen for free. That Cuckoo has already found Paulison on the Ogre. Right to the outpost he goes. Blink in with the Rolling Thunder. Bit of a U-turn here onto Paulison though. A nice TP away, but it's not going to be what he needed. Who does find a way to get the stun off.
You know, giving that scaling opportunity towards Cuckoo Carl. With that Aegis up, they should have the opportunity to try high ground. With the Black Dragon, it's not going to take too long, although Misu's playing here.
He is, but he didn't sleep him down enough, John. Fall down hour. Look at that rocket barrage. There's so much damage flying out. Mizu, I mean, they just put him to sleep and slowly but surely just destroyed him. They're onto that second lane of barracks now here, T1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They'll try to slow this down. Jocam gonna blink out, but oh, they found a new dream. That's a target they really want. The Medusa, he'll be 4-star swaying back down the turnaround. Gabby falling low. Carl about half HP as Whitemon. He'll die. Onto the Ember they go. Gabby with the smoke screen silencing him, and now the Rolling Thunder does hold him down. Alacrity, he is gonna drop without buyback available. And they never managed to finish off Carl. Not yet. It's Gabby. Also about to die, does make it out with his life intact. Again, it's NGX that need to try and respond to this. The T1 being very cautious with the way they initiate these fights.
Radiant's
Even with the
bottom
Aegis on
tower
Gabby,
is
they don't
under
want to
attack.
overextend here. Joe Cambo, he's in with the disruption, but Gabby's right in. On the Deucer, forcing out the 4 staff. Into the sleeping dart, now they lock her down, so Cuckoo, he can roll right through. You just think every Australian could put the accent on and just start going. Here we go though, in your dream, he's back, but he won't be back for long, John. He's gone already without buyback. Might be time to DC again, I think. Take a break for a minute.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Alacrity, he's been caught.
Oh,
Dragon
boy.
Tail will be there. They've got so much damage. No buyback available. It might be around that time to call it. If you are NGXC, as T1 seem to have pulled off this game number 3 victory.
Not much. You don't have many options left. At least the Ancient's big. It's gigantic, Mike. It's going over to hero models.
GG's cold. T1, they managed a 2-1 victory here over NGXC. But you've got to give props to the NGXC, John. They put up a great fight, especially considering the unfortunate circumstances in Game 1 for themselves. But T1, see the better team today, do manage the 2-1 victory, and